That was such a cute little bridge at the trailhead. I just figured we'd start with that. I'm just paced in here a little bit, not very far at all, on the Kephart Prong Trail, the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. A place I haven't been in far too long. There was a few years there where I was constantly making trips up here, but last year I didn't at all. But I'm back for a quick overnight. So you can probably still hear cars, not even that far. So like I said, I'm on the Kephart Prong Trail. I'm going to connect a few different trails. I think it's called Grassy Top, then Dry Sluice. Then I'll be on the Appalachian Trail for just this very small piece, couple miles, few miles. And come down Sweat Heifer. I'm pretty excited about that name. And then tonight I will stay the night at the Kephart Shelter. It's actually only just a couple miles in, so I'll pass it, loop back around to it. Yeah. Easy breezy weekend warrior, Smoky Mountains. It's just nice to be out here. Yeah. Well, there's the Kephart Shelter. Didn't realize I was already so close. It's about 9:30 in the morning. And no one's here now, but they should be later by the time I got 10 miles to go to make the big loop along some of the pretty views. But this trail here is the Sweat Heifer Trail. I'll be coming back down there later. And over here, I think I called it Grassy Top, but the sign says Grassy Branch Trail. So that's what I'm about to take. I believe that says, can't tell if that's 3 miles or 3.8 miles away from the Appalachian Trail. So let's have a look. 3.8. Yeah, I knew I couldn't be that lucky. So I'm gonna go take a look in the shelter, and then we'll start along this trail here. So this is a typical backcountry shelter in the Smoky Mountains. There's a lot of them along the Appalachian Trail portion, and then there's a few kind of spread out elsewhere, including this one. But so yeah, bottom level, top level, roughly about 6 people per. So apartments are about 12. I think it's gonna be a full house tonight. And yeah, Quinn was here. It's good to know. I was curious about that the whole way up. So yeah, this is a really pretty one though. You can hear the creek. So that's it's gonna be nice sleeping in that. And yeah. So I still have a long way to go, so I better get on it. But Kephart Shelter. Hopefully have one of those going later. All right. Well, I have reached the dry sluice trail. I wish I could name trails. I could probably come up with some good names. The Windjammer Trail would obviously be one, but I mean, there'd be creative ones as well in there. So that means I am 1.3 miles away from the Appalachian Trail. On the trail behind me is where I'll be heading. And so I'm 5 miles in. A little recapping. There was a few people at the actual trailhead, but I've seen no one since then, which has been really cool. I expect that to change. I kind of anticipated no one on this trail. Once I get on AT, there's certainly going to be people there. Charles Bunion, which is where I'm heading, it's a really awesome, truly awesome overlook in the national park. And it's pretty easily accessible if you just park at Newfound Gap and just hike down the AT to it and hike back. So there's a lot of day hikers that do that. So I imagine there's going to be a lot of people on the AT and certainly probably at Charles Bunion. I hope there's not too many, but you know, it's a wonderful little spot, so I understand. As far as the hike this morning, it's 5 miles of a very constant and continuous climb, but the grade was never steep, so it really wasn't that bad. If you notice in the last clip, I do have swamp ass really, really bad, which is not something that I usually do. But my ass is just soaky sweat. So, I don't know, I didn't feel like it was that hard of a climb, but my body didn't like it, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna sit down and grab a snack. The sun's out. It is a absolutely gorgeous day. Get a snack and then do the 1.3 miles up to the AT. And Charles Bunion's pretty much right there when we get there. All right. Adios, manchanas. All right. Well, I didn't do a ton of commentary because obviously there's a lot of people there. But all that was Charles Bunion. It's a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful spot. And like I said earlier, you can day hike it. So stop at Newfound Gap, hike the AT going east, you'll get there. So if you don't want a backpack, that could be a nice little go-to for you. Now I'm just hiking west along the AT, and yes, southwest technically. And this is beautiful. Like when you get up here on the Appalachian Trail, 4 years ago I hiked the AT portion of the Smoky Mountains National Park. So it's like 74, 75 miles. And I've told people, like, from Newfound Gap heading northeast is just beautiful the entire way. Now, I think the other half isn't bad. I mean, it's great too, but this side's special. So anyway, almost to the jump off. Just another pretty overlook. And then I'll be cruising along the AT until I turn off onto Sweat Heifer. Best trail name in the park. Yeah, it's pretty. This right here is Icewater Spring Shelter. I stayed here on my 3rd night of that hike years ago. And this is where you stay if you want to wake up to a bomb-ass sunrise. There's someone here, so I'm going to talk right up there, but I'll show you. There's the view. This is the intersection with the Boulevard Trail. I'm going to hike up just a little bit because I don't know if you can read that, but the jump off, it says it's 0.3, but it's actually, I've been told, not that very far down there. I've actually never been to the jump off. But the Boulevard Trail is definitely one that I want to hike. It's on my list. I have not done it before, but it seems like it's beautiful the whole way. It just goes right along a ridge with awesome views all the way to Mount LeComte, which I have stayed at multiple times actually. So yeah, we'll hike up here and see what the jump off is like, and one day we'll do the Boulevard Trail. So this is the jump off, and it is absolutely worth coming to. It's a lot longer than that one guy said. The sign's 100 yards down the trail, but to actually get to the jump off that's a solid 0.3 there and back. But it is fantastic. As you can see, I'm the only one up here right now. There's some ladies up here earlier that were really, really nice, but they've gone, so I'm just hanging out here with awesome, awesome views. I don't know if you could see, Charles Bunion is out there, and I can see masses of people on it. It might not pick up on the camera, but either way, stellar. All right, I've officially turned onto the Sweat Heifer Trail. I wanted to get a picture of the sign, but there's a little kid hanging out, like literally on it. Probably waiting on, I don't know, a parent or something, who knows. I say little, teenager. Newfound Gap's only about a mile and a half more or so, so it's a big parking lot, a lot of people. So I am now returning to solitude, I would imagine. This is pretty neat. I don't know if we're getting this, but this is a cool little section of trail. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I didn't see anybody this morning until I got to the AT. Literally when I got to the intersection, saw them first person, which I knew that'd be the case. And I probably saw, you know, whether passing or at some of the spots along the way, the cool spots along the way, probably about 40 people. So, a lot. But as you can tell, it is a beautiful Saturday in the Smoky Mountains, so I'm glad people were out enjoying this because it's good stuff. But I don't really anticipate seeing anyone else until I get down to home for the night, which I believe I was the last one to book a permit, so there should be me and like 11 others sleeping in there. So I don't know who's gonna be doing tents or what, but you know, should be people there. People that don't come, I don't know. But there'll definitely be somebody. So all downhill. There's a waterfall along the way. And take a moment to see if you could guess the name of the waterfall. If you chose Sweat Heifer Cascades, you're a winner. Okay, this is cool. I gotta turn around. I know this is like a long little clip. Look at that trail behind me. Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Cheers to you guys. Well, I've reached Sweat Heifer Cascades, and I like them. Let's give a better look here. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Very pretty. A little more, even more pretty. Yeah. Very nice. Okay, hold up. This might be Sweat Heifer Cascades because it's much more dramatic and it kind of keeps rolling along that way. So I don't know, we'll film both of them, right? One of them's right. Let's see what we got over here. But as I was walking down the trail, I could hear it for one, and it was really roaring. And, well, these are smaller, but they're very pretty. Then they continue to flow. Way down there, and then again even a little further. So I don't know what's what, but it's all pretty. There you go. Okay, yeah, from this side you can really pan and see all the Cascades, or most of them anyway. I mean, it continues and continues and continues. It sounds awesome, and it looks awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that this is the Sweat Heifer Cascades, and the other little waterfall thing was just a bonus. And just like that, I've made it home for the night. So 13.5 miles is what I end up today. Actually, maybe a little under, almost 14. But I'm here now, and I feel good. A little Kephart Shelter right there. Well, change of plans. I got to the shelter. It was only like 4:30, 3:30 my home time, and I didn't feel like stopping. I mean, I feel great. So I knew it was just 2 miles of easy downhill trail, so I'm almost back to the car. Guess I'll head on home. I don't know, that's just what my body was telling me, I guess. This has only happened one other time. I was hiking the Pinchy Sky in Alabama, the first time I ever tried to do it. I just did the whole thing, like 19 miles with a full pack on, just because I couldn't stop walking. Later, I realized, as I thought more about what was driving me there, I realized I was frustrated and unsettled with things. And it was good because I was able to make some pieces. So I don't feel unsettled. I had a great day out here. It's been amazing. It's been beautiful. It's been the Smoky Mountains. But I'm gonna think about it some more. And maybe it's some waves I need to quiet that I don't realize at the moment. Or maybe I just want Bojangles. It's a very real possibility. But anyway, the car's just right up over this footbridge here, so I guess this is in the trip. I think it's like 5:15 maybe now or something. Maybe 5. But anyway, Windjammer signing off.